What's going on, guys? Don Ross with Beast Mode CRM and REI Automation Squad, and we're going to talk through campaign tracking and ending campaigns. So this is typically what you would consider marketing and tracking of your marketing. That's what the campaigns are. You likely have a call rail number or smartphone number if you're with us that you're using as a tracking number, and so you've maybe sent out direct mail, you might be cold calling, might be texting and using those. Maybe you have a website with like OnCarrot or your own WordPress website that has a local tracking number on it. And if a person, a seller, a customer calls the tracking number, it automatically creates an item inside of your system. And inside of the campaign tracker app, if you've put in your tracking numbers in there, and I'll show you what that looks like and what I mean by that here in a minute. If those are in there, when that call happens, that text message happens, it automatically will tag that campaign is where they called from. Now, there comes a point in time when that campaign is potentially ending. So if you're doing direct mail, maybe you mail a list 6 times or 8 times, and then that's your sequence, and that campaign is over. At the end of the year, end of December, you do an annual campaign and you end it at the end of December, and then you start tracking a new one in January. We'll talk about what it looks like to end a campaign and how to do it properly so that it tracks properly. So first and foremost, I'm going to go into the Property Leads app and just quickly show you the campaign inside of there and what that would look like and some of the things that come with it. So we're inside of a seller item inside the Property Leads app. And if we scroll down, you can, in yours, if you're using Beast Mode or Freedom, you've got these nav links. You can click it, it'll take you down to that section, or we can simply scroll. Now the campaign section is towards the bottom. So if I scroll, here we are, marketing campaign section. You can see we've got a campaign that is tagged against it. And if we opened up this campaign, we'd be able to see some things in it. We're in the campaign tracker app. So I'm going to go back to the home screen, campaign tracker app. If we clicked in there, that's where we're at. It looks like this when you first come into the campaign tracker app, and then you have your different campaigns with your different tracking numbers that are inside of your call rail or smartphone. Okay, so we're inside of an item, and in here we can start to see how is this campaign perform for us. As the sellers and or customers have called us, we've got everybody that's called in, so 22 items, and hey, one of them's been marked dead, one's removed from the list, 9 of them are prospects, and then 13 are leads. And then because we filled in what we spent in the campaign and how many pieces of mail or whatever we've sent out, it's telling us what our cost is. And then you can see when we start placing calls, it'll tell us how many have happened, number of appointments, number of offers, and contracts. All that stuff is tracked here, okay? Now, if we're coming to the end of the year and we're saying we're going to end this, or we've mailed it 6 times and that's how many times we do, and then we end it and we start a new campaign, we need to find in the campaign tracker item, or tracker app, I should say, we need to find the item and open it. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to open this item. We've got it opened here. First step to end the campaign is take the tracking number out of it. This will make it to where now when calls come in, it's no longer going to find this specific campaign tracker item and tag against it. However, all of your old stuff that has been tagged against it will remain. So if we start going down and scrolling, all of the stuff that's tagged, the 22 items that have tagged already, and the numbers that we have will remain. You're not going to lose any of that data. We're going to come down and we're going to mark the date of when we expired this campaign. Okay, so that's how we end it. Now, if we're going to reuse that tracking number, meaning we're going to send out more mail or we're going to put the phone number on a website, we're going to continue to use that, and maybe it's the beginning of the new year and we just want to track on a yearly basis. If you're an admin, you can click clone. If you're not an admin, create a new campaign tracker item, and you do that by clicking on this blue button and clicking there. You can start a new one. Start a new one, put the name of whatever you have a name, and it doesn't matter really what the name is, but you typically would have the same name of call rail or smartphone. Put the phone number, the tracking number in here, date that you're starting it, and now we want to go down and clear out the data below because we cloned this one from an old one. We probably don't have a cost yet. We don't have numbers sent out. We don't have number for marketing spend, and it hasn't been expired. So we clear that out. Now what's going to happen is anytime somebody calls this new one after we save it, and there's a save button down in the bottom right that I'm clicking, this new campaign is now going to track from this point forward. So all your old data will stay in the old one, and anybody that calls a tracking number now moving forward goes into here. So this is how you move it forward like that. That's how you end a campaign, how you can create a new one and start tracking from this point forward. If you're going to mail it out, or if you're going to have, for instance, a website where you have monthly cost to your website, maybe you have $50 a month or whatever, $100 a month that you're spending each month, you would come in here and put in how much you've spent. How many people have either come to your website or filled out lead forms? You're going to have to determine how you want to track that. But you would go ahead and fill in that information. Let me go back down. I didn't mean to do that. And so now you've had 100 opportunities. Your website has costed you maybe $50 a month or once a month, whatever the case may be. And actually that shouldn't be there in the list. It should be in the cost of marketing for if we're doing a website. And now moving forward, anybody that calls your website phone number, it'll start putting it in there. You see here, I have your cost, your total opportunities. And then when you start working your property items inside of the system, it'll start to tell you exactly, hey, anything that's tagged against this campaign, this is what it's costed. And again, just so we're clear, I'm going to go back into a property item. So if we go into the Property Leads app and we open up an item, you need to have the marketing campaign either filled in when they're filling out a lead form, or when they call in, it'll automatically tag. If you have Beast Mode or Freedom CRM, when they call a phone number, it will automatically tag inside of the Property Leads app. So if I go into, for instance, this item right here, and we go down to the campaign relationship field, we'll see there's a campaign that's tagged against it, and anytime we update the status, let me see here. So campaign relationship, that's filled in. In our setup, in our system, anytime you update the sales status, anytime you mark off that you made a call and either did an outbound outcome right here of what happened on that call, those are tracked. Again, sales status is tracked, outbound outcome is tracked, and then whether it's a lead or a prospect, when this is updated, it's tracked. Now, typically if it's a phone call, it's marked off as a prospect, and then when you update the sales status to appointment set, it assumes that it's a lead and it moves it automatically to a lead. All those things will show up in your campaign here, and you see here some of the different sales statuses start to show there. How many prospects did you have? How many leads? What was your cost? When you made your calls, what happened? When you got your appointments, your offers, your contracts, this is you updating the sales status buttons. It'll start to tell you all that. Okay, so that's how you retire a campaign. If you have questions on this, reach out to us. We'll do some more videos on the campaigns and setting them up and some of the other KPI tracking. But if you guys have other stuff that you want some additional information on or videos on, just let us know and we'll create some more on those topics. Reach out to us if you need help. Support at reiautomationsquad.zendesk.com is going to create a support ticket for any technical issues. You got the Facebook group for any how do I do XYZ tech questions. Every Thursday we do the Q&A call on Zoom, and then Monday through Friday, reiautomationsquad.com. Bottom right has a chat bubble, and you can reach out to us there. And you can always check out the YouTube videos as well if you have anything. All right, guys, take care.